If someone dies without a trust or a will, what happens to their assets, especially their real estate? Hi, everyone. If we haven't met yet, I'm Troy Sage, local realtor, and I'm dedicated to doing real estate differently. And I've been helping people just like you for over 15 years with all of their real estate needs. In this video, I am interviewing the highly acclaimed and Wall Street Journal featured attorney, Kristi Arlitt. We're going to talk about what happens if you pass away and you don't have a will or a trust or anything in place for your heirs. Dying intestate is what they call it officially. So what happens if you pass away intestate? Check it out. If somebody dies without a will or a trust, and they've got kids and grandkids and nieces and nephews that want, especially since we're a real estate-based podcast, they want the house. What happens then? Well,
first thing, we're in the intestate situation. Died without a will. The laws of the state of Texas, intestate succession, take over. The court has to do an heirship proceeding, and the heirship proceeding is normally someone who's been left behind is the applicant, and they want to get the estate settled up. There's a house. And so they go to the court, and they start this heirship proceeding. The court will then appoint an attorney ad litem, and the attorney ad litem is appointed by the court to figure out who are the rightful heirs.
So define ad litem, so I don't look like I'm...
This attorney is appointed by the court. Now, even though they're actually appointed by the court, the estate will pay for the ad litem. And the ad litem, we're talking Latin here, comes in and they determine, did they leave a spouse? Did they leave children? Did they leave children who the other parent of the child is the person that they were married to, or is it someone that they were not married to at the time of death? And that changes everything. And with all the divorces that we have these mixed families. I will tell you that if you have had children from a prior relationship, be it marriage or not, but a prior relationship, that relationship ends, and then you marry someone else, and you may or may not have children with the second person that you have the relationship with, and you die intestate, that partner that you leave behind at death is really, really, really going to be in a bind. And I actually have a chart. I should have brought my chart today that could show you how difficult the situation becomes. Quite often, the home actually ends up going to other people, but the surviving spouse in Texas has a homestead right. So they get to live in the house until they die or they abandon it. So then who pays the mortgage? Who pays the taxes? Who pays the insurance? Who pays for the yard? Who pays for the roof? Who pays? And that becomes a serious bone of contention.
Sure, because technically that spouse...
The surviving spouse.
The surviving spouse doesn't, there's no will in place.
There's no will in place.
So it's going to go to the kids.
Could. I mean, it depends on the breakdown.
Right. So if, let's just make a hypothetical. Dad dies. Mm-hmm. His second wife is living in the house. Mm-hmm. And because she's homesteaded, they can't just come in and say, get out.
Well, they can never get her out.
Right. That's her home. She can stay there for the rest of her life.
Right. Until she elects to abandon it or she dies and abandons it by death.
And just like you said, what a circus that could be, because she's like, well, I don't own the house, so I'm not paying the property tax. And I'm not going to maintain it.
There's some rules there about what she is supposed to pay.
Right.
And that's fine and dandy, but what about if she doesn't have the money?
Right.
So the kid's going to let it go for taxes or let it go for this reason or that reason. Do the kids want to let the house just get completely run down to where by the time they get it, it is in such dilapidated condition that it's lost so much of its value? I mean, these are really, really serious problems that come up that if they had just written a will.
I've seen this happen in a lot of families. Right. Someone passes away and it's like ants. They come out of nowhere and you go, I never knew who this person was alive.
Yes.
Right? So let's simplify this, that the owners of a house pass and there's no will. Mom and dad.
Okay.
Whenever they pass, dad dies first, mom passes second. And now it's going to go through probate is what we use in real estate all the time. How long on average can you expect that to sit in probate? I hope for the sake of your peace of mind that you have a trust or a will in place. If you don't, feel free to leave a comment or look in the description. There is a link directly to Kristi Arlitt. Now keep watching as I'm going to have additional links to more videos that have to do with how to protect your assets, especially real estate, in regards to the state of Texas and what you can and can't do with the will and other items that you need to highly consider. If you found the information helpful in this video, click subscribe and ring the bell so you're alerted every time I upload another video. Now check out the next set of videos coming up in just a moment. And until then, make it a great day.